Please tell us your name and roll number for this exam.
Sir, my name is Pratibha Dash, and my roll number is 500174.
Okay. Now, without mentioning your name, please give us a brief introduction.
Sir, I have completed my graduation in BA LLB honors from University Law College, Vanivihar, Bhubaneswar, and I have completed my LLM from Postgraduate Department of Law, Sambalpur University.
Okay. What are your hobbies that you mentioned in your CIF?
Sir, my hobbies are cooking and painting.
Okay. Any special achievements that you would like to share with us, which you have mentioned in your CIF?
Sir, I have done internship with Odisha Human Rights Commission, with Odisha State Commission for Women, Odisha Forensic Science Laboratory. Apart from this, I have represented Sambalpur University in the regional level of National Environment Youth Parliament 2022.
Okay. So you talked about your hobbies. So can you tell me how these hobbies directly and indirectly will help you in your career as a judicial service officer?
Sir, basically I do it in my leisure time, and just as a part of my daily curriculars. I don't think that it has any nexus with judicial services.
Basically, the requirement of the question is you have to tell what are the virtues or what are the values, qualities that you have learned from your hobbies.
Yes.
And how those qualities you will implement in your professional life.
Yes.
That is the requirement of the question. So in every hobby, there will be like patience or perseverance or discipline. Okay, so according to your hobby, you think about that.
Yes.
What are the qualities that you have in mind from your how those qualities you will use in your professional life. That is the requirement of the question. Okay. Give me some good reasons why you are interested in judicial service.
Sir, actually, sometimes when I got an opportunity last few years to go to visit the courts, where when I see the judicial officers working, I'm very inclined towards the stature and the kind of responsibilities that they do for the people, and that is why I'm very much inclined towards the service.
Okay. In opinion-based questions, it will be better if you can answer like in points, okay, enumerate and answer. My first reason for joining judicial service is this, second reason is this, third reason is this. So at least 3-4 reasons you can give. Okay. Right. So let us start with your other subjects. We will discuss the compulsory subjects today. Okay, that is your procedural law. Okay, so we'll start with CPC. So please tell me something about what you know about the difference between res judicata and res sub judice.
Sir, res judicata has been dealt with under Section 11 of the Civil Procedure Code 1908, whereas res sub judice has been dealt with in Section 10 of the Civil Procedure Code. Res judicata basically means that when a question in issue, which is substantial, when there are two suits in which the questions which are substantially in issue has already been finally decided by the court, then it cannot be raised again in another subsequent suit. However, res sub judice deals with if a suit is pending in which a particular question in issue is already being considered by the court, then if another suit is filed with the same question in issue, then the subsequent suit will be stayed.
How it is different from estoppel, res judicata? How it is different from estoppel?
Sir, the provision of res judicata has been dealt with under Section 11 of the Code of Civil Procedure, whereas the provision of estoppels are dealt with under Section 115 to 117 of the Indian Evidence Act. Rule of res judicata is a rule of procedure, whereas estoppel is a rule of evidence. And res judicata says that when a person has when two suits has been filed and a question is finally determined by the court between the same parties, then or their representative in interest, then in a subsequent suit it cannot be raised. However, estoppel says that if a person represents something and makes the other person do a particular thing, then subsequently he cannot deny from what he has said before.
Okay, that is fine. So, can you tell me what are the exceptions to execution of a foreign judgment in India?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't exactly remember.
Okay. You know the process of execution of a foreign judgment in India?
Yes, sir. It has been dealt with under Section 13 and 14 of the Code of Civil Procedure, but sir, I do not remember the procedure.
Okay. What is the hierarchy of civil courts in India, starting from the highest to the lowest?
Highest to the lowest, sir. The highest civil jurisdiction is laid with the High Court, Supreme Court, then High Court, then sir District Court, City Civil Court, Court of Small Causes, then Court of Small Causes.
Okay. So, is there any provision under CPC in which the civil court can order the arrest of the defendant before the judgment has been given?
Yes, sir. There is provision for arrest of the person of a person in the execution of a decree, but I do not remember the section, sir.
Before the judgment?
Sir, no, not before the judgment, sir. In execution proceeding.
Before the judgment, he cannot be arrested by a civil court?
Sir, I don't have any idea about it, sir.
You go through Order 38.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. What is a decree? Has it been defined anywhere in the CPC?
Yes, sir. It has been defined under Section 2, subsection 2 of the Code of Civil Procedure. It is the final adjudication of a matter in controversy between the parties. It is, yes, sir.
What are the types of decree that you know?
Sir, decree can be preliminary or final or partly preliminary and partly final.
What is a deemed decree?
Sir,
And give some examples of that.
deemed decree. So please give me a second. Sir, I'm unable to recollect right now. Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I'm unable to recollect now.
Okay. So, under the Code of Civil Procedure, can you tell me what you mean by an interpleader suit?
Sir, interpleader suit is dealt with under Order 34 of the order. No, not exactly order.
Okay, if you don't remember the order, that's fine. Just tell me the concept, what it means actually.
Sir, interpleader suit is a suit which is in which a suit between actually a suit between the defendants inter se, where a plaintiff do not have any interest in the subject matter except for the cost and other charges borne. He can file a interpleader suit when there are two claimants to the subject matter, and then the court will determine as to who is the actual claimant in an interpleader suit.
Mhm. And what do you mean by an interlocutory order? And when does the court pass such an order?
Sir, interlocutory orders are temporary orders, sir. I do not exactly remember, sir.
Okay. Now let us come to your CRPC. What are the types of trials that you know under CRPC?
So there are four types of trial: trial before the court of session, trial of warrant cases, trial of summons cases, and the summary trials.
Okay. Who has the power to order summary trials?
Sir, the Chief Judicial Magistrate of first class, and in certain cases, Judicial Magistrate of second class also.
In what cases? Judicial magistrate of second class. And he has to be empowered by whom?
Sir, he has to be empowered by the High Court to deal with the
Only the High Court?
High Court or Court of Session.
Hmm. Okay. So under the CRPC, can a private citizen, does he have the right to arrest? If yes, then what are the conditions in which he can arrest?
Yes, sir. A private person can arrest a person who is who has committed a cognizable offense in his presence, or who is a proclaimed offender.
Okay, this is only for citizens of India, or even aliens are also given this right?
Sir, there is no mention as such, so I think that both can be.
Both can have.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. Let's check that whether citizens is mentioned or any private person is mentioned. Okay. What is
As far as I remember, only private person is.
private person is mentioned? Okay. Fine. So under the criminal procedure code, okay, suppose a witness is not coming to the court.
Yes, sir.
What are the devices the court has, okay, that it can force the witness to appear before it? And suppose not at all appearing, then what are the punitive measures the court can take?
So first of all, the court will issue a summon for the witness to appear, and even if if the witness is not appearing, then the court can issue a warrant of arrest, and after that he may be proclaimed.
Okay. Do you know what is the concept of plea bargain?
Yes.
And what is your opinion? It has helped our judicial system in any way?
Sir, the plea bargaining is a procedure wherein the parties are given a chance to compromise the case within themselves. They get a chance to discuss with each other about the mutually satisfactory disposition, wherein the procedure of the court can be reduced. So benefit of plea bargaining can be that it reduces to some extent the burden and time and energy of the court.
So is that exactly what is plea bargain? Means the parties will decide among themselves or compromise among themselves?
Sir, they will work out a mutually satisfactory disposition, then they will take it to the court, and after that the court will, according to that, give a lesser punishment to the offender as is prescribed in the offences.
Mhm. Second part of the question, do you think that it has helped the judicial system in any way, plea bargain?
Sir, plea bargaining in case of minor offences which are not of serious nature can be used as a tool to reduce the time and efforts of the court to some extent.
Okay. So now coming to the Evidence Act, what do you mean by hearsay evidence? What is its evidentiary value? And what are the exceptions to hearsay evidence?
Sir, hearsay evidences are those evidence which do not come from direct, they are not direct testimony of any witness. Hearsay evidentiary value of hearsay evidence is that it is not an evidence at all. Hearsay evidence is no evidence at all. But there are certain exceptions to it. For example, under Section 6, res gestae can be an exception to it. Further, Section 32, dying declaration, can also be an exception to it. Then admission and confession are also exceptions to it.
Okay. So, tell me something about privileged communication with some examples.
So privileged communications are those communications which a person is not cannot be compelled or cannot be allowed to disclose before the court. For example, the communication between spouses during the marriage, or communications made during made in the official confidence, or the communication between the client and the lawyer, etc.
Okay. Achha, tell me normally the burden of proof. Okay. The burden of proof basically is on the on whom the burden of proof to prove that okay he is innocent. In a case, in a criminal case, okay, normally the burden of proof lies on whom?
So in a criminal case, the initial burden of proof lies on the prosecution.
Okay, and what are the exceptions to it?
Sir, but in case where there are presumptions, then the court will presume, and in that in case the person wants to prove that it is something contrary, then the burden of proof lies on the accused, like under Section 106, where if a person wants to prove that he did not have the intentions, then it is the burden of proof on him who will have to prove his innocence.
Okay, any other statute that you can mention where the burden of proof is on the is not on the prosecution?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Okay. What is the evidentiary value of any statement given to the police?
Sir, any statement given to the police,
Achha, oh.
Sir, any statement given to the police can be used only for the purpose of contradicting or corroborating evidence. A statement give according to Section 162 of CLASSES.
So just go through some of the other statutes where the burden of proof is on it's not on the prosecution, right?
Sir, I'm getting an example in my mind. Sir, under Section 28 of IPC, where counterfeit has been defined, it has been said that the court shall presume if the particular thing, if the counterfeit thing has been proved to be not genuine, then court will presume that he intentionally made the copy of it, or made it to resemble the original, to practice any deceit. So in that case, the accused will have to prove his innocence, that he had no intentions as such.
Okay.
So,
Well, overall, you are able to answer the almost all the questions. Um, but you're a little nervous. Okay, what I feel. Yeah, the content of the answer is okay. So why are you nervous? Okay, so nervousness will be counterproductive, right? So you're quite apprehensive from the looks. Okay, so be confident while answering. Content of the answer is okay. Throw of speech is also, voice is fine. So this is like 4 or 5 feet distance is there. I'm clearly able to hear you, but there the distance will be little bit more.
yes, sir.
Okay, 6 feet, 8 feet distance. And room size will also be much bigger than this.
Yes.
Okay, so your throw of voice is important. Like if you, even if you are telling the correct thing, but your voice is not audible to them,
Yes, sir.
okay, that will have an effect, negative effect on your marks. What things you need to change? Golden rule is that don't guess or bluff. Okay, if you do not know something, just say that you don't know. That is what you did. Okay, and you're very serious. Okay, throughout the entire course of the interview. So you have to, maintain a smile, irrespective of whether you're able to answer or not. Okay, smile. That part is there. These are the like, soft skill part, right? Content part more or less is fine. Content is something the more you study, the better it will get. Okay. So, and the opinion based questions which I asked you, opinion based questions you have to answer in points.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My first reason is this, and in that way you have to answer.
Yes, sir.
The rest other things are fine. If I have to mark you for today's interview, you get around 75 out of 100. Okay. Your aim has to be 85
Yes, sir.
or more.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the thing. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So basically, I'll have to work on my personality. I mean, nervousness.
Personality. Personality is something which is much broader. Obviously, that you cannot change now. Okay. So what I'm saying is you have to two, three things. One is you're very serious.
Yes.
Okay. That smile component has to be added. Okay. On the presentation part. That is number one. And because what I asked today are basic questions. I've not gone into any depth. Right. So those things, if you, even if it is a very simple question you do not know, just let them know that you are unable to recall it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just avoid any kind of guess or bluffing.
Yes.
Right. Rest things are fine. So when do you have your interview?
Sir, it's on 6th.
6th,
November. Yes, sir.
Okay. And last day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. You have time. So you have scheduled the other interviews, other dates
Yes,
you've
sir.
taken?
Tomorrow I have another interview, and day after tomorrow I have the panel.
Panel. Okay, then it's fine. So tomorrow we'll concentrate on your optional subject, the optionals you have taken, and some questions on opinion-based law topics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.